if you were unaware, Belgium has a fairly stricter gambling policy.
Much stricter.
A much stricter gambling policy than, say, other Western countries, the U.S., for example.
Probably.
And they basically told Blizzard and other developers that they will not allow them to sell games in their country if they
do not
features
comply.
that they deem are gambling.
Right. If
And
they don't
so
comply with this.
The biggest thing was things like Overwatch, and I think it was Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Storm. Those are the big ones. You can pay money
Uh-huh.
for loot boxes in game,
Okay.
and Belgium was just not about that. It's like, you will not be able to sell this game legally in this country if you guys don't remove this feature.
Because they're saying it's gambling.
Because they're saying it's gambling. Because you're paying money. There is an uncertain factor of it. You might get something good, and you might get something bad. So they're calling it gambling. They have, with the way that they categorize. I was actually reading through it earlier. The way they categorize gambling
Is different.
It's different. It's a lot more. It's a lot more broad. Basically things that they categorize as gambling is like if there's an uncertain factor to it, if you have to pay money, if there's any sort of chance to it whatsoever.
If those
all
chances
those
aren't
things,
disclosed.
Yeah, those chances aren't disclosed. Like they all consider that gambling.
Yeah.
And they're not having it with loot boxes and gaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so, I think when
I get it. I think it's dumb as hell though. So is like Hatchimals, is that like illegal in Belgium? In Belgium?
What's Hatchables?
Hatchimals.
Hatchimals? What is that?
Apparently, it was a really popular toy during the last holiday season,
Oh.
and I didn't know what it was. But I took my daughter to the toy store the other day, and
Mm-hmm.
she grabbed this egg, and you don't know what's inside the egg.
Oh.
It's like a mystery toy.
It's like a Kinder Egg, but with.
But not. But a Kinder Egg is edible, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Kinder,
and
but
that's
it's got,
not edible.
But you don't know what's inside. But it's like you don't know what's inside of it though.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying.
So it's a toy.
Yeah, and
That's interesting.
And this was on clearance, so we only paid $5 for it. But then when I went to go check out, the cashier, she's like, "Wow, you found this on clearance?" I was like, "I never even heard of it."
Like, what is
Yeah.
this?
And then she said, "Well, these things were going for crazy prices during the holiday season." I'm like,
Resell it.
Yeah,
Save
yeah.
that shit and resell
well,
it.
I mean, you know how it comes and goes. Like Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That thing was going for stupid money during the holidays, and then after the holidays.
Yeah.
But with this Hatchimal, she goes, "Yeah, these things were going for like $60 to $80 by scalpers or resellers," and I'm like, "What?
Like for what?
What is
People are dumb."
What potentially could be in there? I mean, is there just like a rare stuffed critter in there?
No idea.
Like,
But I'll tell you what. If I paid $80, we cracked this thing open, and it was a puzzle.
Not.
Yeah.
Someone's getting a strongly worded letter.
So, I don't know what... I can see the line of thinking with the decision makers or the policy makers at Belgium. But if the loot boxes were not worth it, people wouldn't buy it. It's that simple. I don't...
Yeah, but it's more of that.
It's more of the fact that
It's like targeting kids and like it's
targeting
unsavory
Kids don't
gambling
have-
practices towards
They don't
kids.
have credit cards, though. Like, the parents had to
What?
give their
The
card.
kid just go get a credit card out of their parents' wallet. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's a different problem. So make that illegal, or I don't know. I mean, that's different. If your kid is stealing your credit card from your purse, that's a bigger problem than the damn loot box.
They wouldn't want to do that if they didn't feel compelled by the loot box to keep buying. And
So it's the
try and get
loot
another
box's
thing.
problem that your kid is stealing? Come on, man.
Yeah, but you don't.
That's not what I'm
you
saying.
never-
Dude. Come on.
But-
That's
but-
not what I'm
but-
saying.
Well, your kids never hound you for to buy them a thing that they're really interested in.
Oh, they do all the time. They do all the
So
time.
maybe that's what it's like with. I mean, maybe some parents with a little bit of a weaker constitution will probably cave into their children more often.
Yeah, and be like, oh, I almost missed this thing. I need to try again. Oh, I need to try again. Oh, I need to try again. And that just instills like I'll just throw money away and try again.
Of course, the parenting is involved, but I think in Belgium it's more of like a blanket thing for all gambling. It's they don't like the fact that, people are wasting their money with possibly a very slim chance of getting anything they actually want.
True.
And now Blizzard's defense
was
you pretty much you're guaranteed something. When you buy a loot box, you're guaranteed something. Therefore, they don't see it as gambling because
therefore it's not gambling.
Because when you gamble, you have a risk of gaining nothing.
Right.
So that's their defense. And if you really want to be like technical about it, they're right. They're right technically.
They're right. Yeah.
But I mean,
besides the
getting
point,
something better than nothing by it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Besides the point, that's how Belgium has decided to
handle things.
To handle their policy with gambling, and that's the way that it is right now.
Okay.
And
other
that's
countries,
interesting. I like that. That's a good topic.
Other countries might follow suit.
Yeah.
Because the Netherlands was not so happy about that. They were jumping on them. They're also looking at other games too. CS:GO, Battlefront 2,
CS:GO,
something else. I can't remember.
CS:GO is ridiculous.
Yeah,
dude.
because you can literally
some of the
get
stuff
cash.
you're getting on there. People are like selling for like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. So like,
I looked up
skin for their knife or some
Merriam-Webster,
crap like that.
The dictionary, and let's see the definition of gambling. So the first definition is to play a game for money or property, which that is not the case. But it could fall under the second, which is to bet on an uncertain outcome.
Right.
Yeah.
So, being that you don't know what the outcome is of that loot box, that is an uncertain outcome.
And that's the way they...
And I think... Oh, man, there's a game that was circumventing this real good. I think it was Dota. I think Dota is circumventing this real hard by giving you a peek at what is in the loot box before you buy it. I think that's how they're circumventing it. Yeah. That's what I think. You got. Feel free to correct me, but I'm 99% sure that's how they're doing it, and I'm like, damn, you guys are smart. Fuck you, Valve.
If that was in Overwatch, that'd be sick.
Where you can peek.
Yeah, you're just like.
But you probably have to buy it.
You can
in order
peek
to
in.
get another
That's pretty cool.
chance of getting something else. Then
I'm not
assuming that's how that
sure.
works. Well, otherwise you can just like.
But it's very funny.
Otherwise, though.
You know what?
But anyway,
thinking it through, I can see a problem there because how do people get hooked on gambling?
Almost winning.
When they do win something good, right?
Yeah. Something good.
So if a kid somehow convinces their parent to buy a loot box, and then they get this magical item,
and be like, "Oh
and
my
it changes
god,
their life,"
I need that.
they now will be more inclined, I think. There's almost like an association to, hey, I can win big on these things.
Yeah.
So it kind of teaches them the positive aspects to gambling.
And then money, and they're just throwing money at it.
Without the negative, because it's not their money, it's their parents'
and plus
money.
it's
their
virtual,
money, exactly.
so it's not like tangible, so it's harder for them.
This
to...
thing is deep, yo. This goes deep.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't like it, no. Yeah, I agree with you, Belgium.
It's like, I don't like this
that
anymore.
Over here too. Yeah, because it's teaching kids the positive sides of gambling without the negative. So, man, that's deep.
Because there's no negative because you always get something.
Yes.
So if you get something that's like shit, you still got something. But if you got something fucking super good,
yeah,
that's
good stuff.
Yeah, that's the reason.
But anyways, Blizzard caved.
Blizzard caved.
That was the big thing. Is that originally when confronted, Blizzard was like, all right, well, I guess we're probably just not going to sell to Belgium.
Yeah.
And then they were just like,
and then Belgium was not going to budge, obviously, because it's their policy.
Yeah.
And Blizzard decided to cave, and they've actually taken out your ability to purchase loot boxes.
Okay.
So you can still get loot boxes, like in Overwatch, you can get loot boxes every time you level up.
You just can't pay for them.
But you can't pay real money for loot boxes anymore.
Makes total sense.
Which I think it makes total sense. I didn't even know you can buy loot boxes with an Overwatch until like recently.
Yeah.
Because I just never felt the need to. Because it's mostly cosmetics.
Dude, my mind's blown. When this conversation first started, I was like, damn, that's dumb. But now it makes sense. Like,
now you think about it, you're like, okay.
It's like, oh man, that's actually pretty whack, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, why are y'all selling loot boxes?
You know how it is.
And now, that's why EA had such shit last year with Battlefront 2. But now they're claiming,
a lot of their stuff that actually, like characters and stuff, you couldn't really play as unless you unlocked them.
Yeah. Well, we're running out of time.
We are.
Yeah, let's do the last topic. Let's